Hello, welcome to the Loney Show. I'm your host, John May Loney, and in this episode, I have a guest. He is from New Hampshire. He is a transformational life coach, helping you build confidence wherever you need it. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Joseph Everett.
Hello, Peter. Hello. Thank you for that warming. I'm happy and grateful to be here today. And I'm happy and grateful in many ways. Why I am so happy and grateful of being here? Because you and I have experienced a transition, right?
Okay.
You and I have already experienced a transformation. We started off somewhere and we knew where we wanted to be. And in between was the how, and the how was getting in the way. It was trying to keep us from getting to this point right now where we are right now. Right?
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
All right, because you had the experience. We both was here together, right?
Yeah.
But we did not allow the how to get in the way. No matter what the how wasn't going to get us to our results, which is where we are today.
Yeah.
Right? Would you agree?
Yes, I agree.
It's a beautiful thing. Transformation is real. Transformation is important because transformation supports growth.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's where we are. That's where we need to be. We need to be in that place. And in order to, support growth, we have to also embrace me. Hello, everyone. My name is Joseph Everett. I am the founder of Mind Evolution. Here we grow. I am the creator of tempering your vibrations, exercise that I have created, that I have pulled out of the trainings that I have went through for transformational strategies of transformation. And within those laws and within those trainings, I came up with Mind Evolution. And Mind Evolution is an acronym for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely, because where does the evolution begins? Within the mind, within me.
Yeah.
So I have to begin with me. I have to understand what is on the inside, because what is on the outside in our lives, everything that happens, every circumstance, situation, and condition that takes place within our lives are just the outer layers. They are the reflections of what is going on inside. It's our point of awareness where we can notice what we notice on the outside, because on the inside, we got to peel all those layers to really understand what's going on here. So we got to raise our awareness and notice those layers on the outside so we can peel them back. And as we peel them back, we get to the aha. Here I am. Hello, me. I love me. And that's what it's all about, for us all to embrace ourselves and get to the point where we love ourselves and complete the law of giving. I heard Bob Proctor mention about the law of giving, but that wasn't the first place that I've learned it. The first place I learned it was through the Brave Thinking Institute, where I decided to go and get mentored by Mary Morse, who created one of my programs that I run. It's called the Dream Builders Program. And that was developed and designed by Mary Morse, who mentored me personally. And I take great pride in that, because my transformation, what I received from the Dream Builders Program, is what you see right in front of me right now. I began to build myself and bring myself to where I am. So what questions would you like for me to answer for your audience today?
Yes, absolutely.
So are there any questions you would like for me to answer for your people today?
Sure.
What's on your mind?
So,
I'm gonna give you time to answer your questions because I can go on for days.
okay. So, what is your favorite kind of music?
My favorite kind of music wow, that the universe makes no mistakes, Peter. First and foremost, let me just say that. And second of all, that is a great question. That is a great question. Thank you for that question. Thank you. By trade, music is my life. By trade, I have a degree in recording arts. I live the life of an artist. I started out as a DJ, and then I started writing and producing, and I still do that to this day. But a shift needed to happen to connect me to my divine purpose, a piece of the puzzle to my divine purpose. And that is why I find myself here as a transformational life coach. So to answer your question, I love all music. I'm a creator of music. So music is beautiful to me. All music is beautiful. It doesn't matter, it's what makes music bad is a bad recording. That's what makes music bad. But all music is beautiful. And if it's recorded right, it's going to be received in a miraculous way. So I love all music.
Great. I love it. So, what is the most useful thing you own?
The most useful thing I own?
Yeah.
My mind.
Okay. I like it. What is the one thing you can't live without?
Me.
Great answer so far. I love it. What is your favorite thing to eat?
Quinoa.
Quinoa. I do love a bit of quinoa once in a while.
Yes, I'm a vegan, so I love quinoa. I eat lots of it.
Nice. What do you frequently disagree with?
I don't disagree. I have a change of perception and perspective.
Great. Okay. Do you travel often?
Not since COVID. not since COVID. Thank God for Zoom. But before then, I used to travel a lot. Absolutely.
Okay.
And I will travel when the time calls for it, and it's right.
Great. Fabulous. Where do you spend most of your free time?
With my family.
Okay.
My wife and my son got to get that. It's important. I can't forget about them because without them, there's no me. They helped me define who I am today. They taught me a lot of things. I came from a place where, most people will look at it and say, how did that guy ended up getting where he's at? How is that possible? The tides were against me, all my life. There was a bar that existed in my life, right? And that bar was, you're not going to make it to this age. And when I made it to that bar and I made it past that bar, I was like, yes, I beat that bar, right?
Yeah.
But the joke was on me because life is just a goof. The joke was on me. The bar just moved. I didn't beat the bar. I just pushed the bar.
Okay. Great. Where was the nicest place you've been to?
Aruba.
Aruba?
Yeah, I love Aruba. And
what things did you do in Aruba?
Man, what things is not to do in Aruba? You're in the hotels. I stayed at the La Cabana. The La Cabana has a swim-up pool, so to the bar. They got a bar in the middle of the pool, and you swim up to it. And they got grills, and the weather is nice. It's beautiful. The beach is perfect. The water is perfect. The people, the hospitality for me was perfect. It just embass love. And that's where I always want to be around is love. That's the frequency where we all need to be consistently.
Yeah, great. What superpower do you wish you had?
Ooh, that is a great question. That is a great question. What superpower did I ever wanted to have? I don't know if you would call it a superpower, but for me, I'm living it. I'm able to help people transition and make transitions in their lives and help people embrace their me and understand who their me is and really get within alignment with the laws of circulation through giving and receiving. That is very important. But we're not complete. It starts with giving, and then giving evokes receiving. But when we're at the point of giving, are we complete within that giving? I say we're not. I say we're not. And here's why I say we're not. Because we're constantly giving outward. But the complete circulation of that giving is also given inward as well. We can't forget about our me. We can't forget about who we are. Because once we take care of our me, once we take care of us, that amplifies when we give it out. It amplifies by the thousands. So now, when you thought you was being effective in your helping and helping others, you're being twice, 10 times, 10-fold over being effective because you're able to help more. That energy is contagious. Love is contagious. You could go anywhere to a restaurant and you'll see two people that are in love and you'll feel something. It'll spark something. You'll get a feeling from that. And that is real. The frequency of love exists.
Great. What has been the highlight of your week?
The highlight of my week has been one where I had a client reached out to me in panic. They was really going through it. And they reached out to me and said, I need to talk to you right away. It's an urgency. Right in that moment, I dropped whatever it is that I was doing because someone really needed me. And I had the ability to respond. So I took upon myself to own my responsibility because that's what responsibility really is. It's the ability to respond. And when we all can begin to align ourselves within that frequency, we will start having more empowered decisions and more results that we will love.
Great. Fabulous. What always makes you laugh, even when you were upset?
Thinking about a moment that I shared with my son that was so funny, I had no choice but to laugh. You know, we have to remember, you know, anger is a choice. Anger is a choice. We could choose to be mad and we could choose not to be mad. It's a choice. It's all about knowing how to shift and create the empowered choice. Right? So if you choose not to be mad, how are you not going to be mad? You focus on what it is you love. And if it's a scenario that is attached to a hilarious situation, you begin to laugh.
Yeah.
Everything is created twice. It begins with a thought, and then it ends with a thing. We do not have the ability to not think. We're always thinking. So we have to learn how to think on purpose, right? The co-founder of NLP, which is one of my trainings. I'm a master practitioner of NLP, health practitioner, of NLP. And Richard Bandler, the founder, co-founder of NLP, He said that we have to learn to think on purpose instead of allowing ourselves to become victims of our thoughts. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I agree. If your mind was an island, what would it look like?
If my mind was an island, it would have a lot of real estate. And within that real estate, there would be a lot of homes that are being provided. There is a lot of love and a lot of families that are coming together, people that don't have to seek for their roots, where they come from, who they are, because they're among all of the same people. And everyone is within harmony, complete harmony. There is no homelessness. There is no me hating you and you hating me. There is no one that is doing without. Everyone is doing with. We all tend to believe and think that things happen to us. Nothing happens to us. It all happens through us. And what we allow it to be is what it will be. So for that island is a paradise of love, a paradise of caring, community, and sacredness, safety. We need that. Each and every one of us. It is not fair for us to be paying for the transgressions of our forefathers or our ancestors. That is our past, and we are not our past. Our past has already happened, and our future is yet to be determined. So within the now, we need to be who we're supposed to be.
Absolutely. Where do you see yourself 20 years from now?
Doing TED Talk.
Really? And what kind of TikToks, videos are you thinking about making in 20 years from now?
A huge campaign on me, finding your me and tempering vibrations. You know, my exercise is going to touch the world in a way that you'll be able to self-generate, become a self-generator of the love and expand the capacity of that love, not only through yourself, but through others as well. We all need to be able to find our me and without being absent in mind, because our me is absent. It lives inside of our unconsciousness. And the reason why it's there in our unconsciousness is because each and every one of us have experienced something in our lives that was a great tragedy. Each and every one of us have experienced fear. Each and every one of us have experienced procrastination and limiting beliefs and self-sabotaging behaviors. And all of those, what is common about them all is that they are all attached to a high emotional frequency that only the unconsciousness can handle. And so your me lives there as well because it's attached to a high level frequency. And the most important thing is for us to realize that and find out where we are. So the exercise is designed to help you bring your me out of your unconsciousness and put it into your consciousness, which is the now, where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I agree. What was the last good book you've written?
The last good book I've written?
Yeah.
Or
if you
read?
wrote any, or read. Yeah, either way.
I'm in the process of writing the book.
Okay.
The book is Tempering Vibrations. It's going to teach each and every one of us all how to come from a place of good vibrations that we could carry throughout the day and how to create the shift necessary to generate the vibration.
Okay, great. If you could travel back in time, which decade would you like to live in?
I keep hearing about the 50s and 60s and the stories that go on with them, would make one curious to experience those times. each time that decade that we go through creates a different experience, right? So the ones that I have experienced, I already have that. So I would want to go for something that I didn't have. I want more. I want growth. There's something to learn and experience that, in-person effect carries more potent than the study of the effect. I can watch as many movies about whatever's going on and, try to empathize and come as close to the feeling as possible, but there's nothing like the actual effect of living it. So to answer that question, I would have to say it would probably be the 60s.
Okay, I like that. What have been the high and low points of your life?
My high point is now. And I can't even say that up until now, right now, is my high point, but I'm going to elevate from here. It only gets bigger from here. The imagination is expanding, and that's one of the most powerful tools that we have within ourselves to become true dream builders and build the life that we love to live. So I believe in that wholeheartedly. My lowest point, in my life was when I left home and I lived on the street for 2 years. I would say that was my lowest point, when I found myself on my own.
Interesting. Did you have any role models when you were growing up?
I did not. As far as role models, I did not. But I did have a lot of elders that I paid attention to. My attraction was towards older people because they had the knowledge. Something about my common sense that said, you better pay attention because you're not going to get this education anywhere else. And this is going to mold who you are going to be later on in the future wholeheartedly when you come with heart. And my elders, remarkable people. And I am so happy and grateful that I was ever capable of being within their presence. I paid attention. I ran around with my peers and so forth, but as far as role models, I can't say role models because the perspective of a role model within society, the perspective that's attached to that is not what I mean when I say role model. So in order for me to be able to communicate with the rest of the world, I have to communicate in such a way that is have full transparency, right?
Yeah.
Clarity is important. Clarity is important. So my elders, I was smart enough to pay attention to what they were learning and what their mistakes were. I learned to experience through their eyes instead of experiencing it physically.
Great. What is something that people are always surprised when learning about you?
Repeat that for me, please.
What is something people are always surprised to learn about you?
That I was shot in the head.
Really?
Yeah, see, you were surprised too, wasn't you?
Yes, I was.
Yes, and I'm sitting here right in front of you. I experienced death, and I had a journey and a transition within that death, and I had a relationship and a conversation with God. But the conversation wasn't a verbal conversation. It was a physical experience. When people talk about, the bright light, and I was one of those naysayers when people would talk about the bright light. And when my time came, I didn't have to be sitting here before you right now. I didn't have to be. But I am sitting here before you because that bright light brought me back to where I needed to be. So I say that's the most shocking thing that people learn about me. And to have that conversation and understand, what I've been through and what that experience was like. It's shocking.
Yeah, I'd say so myself. What is the best way to travel?
That depends on your distance.
And what would that be?
Well, if you go in short distance, the best way to travel is to walk. There's a lot more that you're going to learn within that experience, and there's a lot more you're going to benefit within that experience. There's a health benefit that is also attached to it. So we all should, within our distance, we all should take that walk. But if it's a distance that's further than your body shall carry you, then the best way would be to drive and get to where you need to be. But if if that brings you to your furthest point of your ability to drive, then and you're at the peak of the land and all you see is water, then the next best way to travel is to fly.
Yeah.
So it depends on the distance. It depends on the distance. It depends on the perspective. What do you see the benefit for you in the moment of the distance? What's the best way to travel?
Yeah. What is the most craziest and most outrageous thing you want to achieve?
End homelessness. End it. No one should be without a place to live. No one should be without a place to live. All lives that are out there and they're in a bad place deserves redemption as well. Life rehabilitation is very important for everyone. It doesn't matter where you come from. You could be a young adult who just aged out of foster care, right? And the system turns on you because the policy says you can't be here anymore. You're too old. So they let you go. But they don't teach you anything. They just let you go. It was up to you to learn while you was within their care. And if you didn't take advantage of that, you're left out. And they don't care. So they release you, right? And now you find yourself homeless. 47% to 50% of all young adults who get released from a care facility end up homeless. That is a huge number. Then we have the veterans who serve our country, and they come back here and only to find themselves, because they over there doing all of this fighting and stuff, they're not taking care of their situation back at home and making sure that they're set up. And the people that's left here in charge of these scenarios and situations is not handling that stuff properly. So when they come back to nothing, or some of them come back to something, but they still are unable to build on top of that something. So now inflation is getting bigger than their circumstance and they can't keep up with it. So they're pushed behind, right? They're not making that money. And then you have the de-incarcerated inmates who are being released from a incarcerating facility, right? What are they going to do? Those people, they come back with believing that there's nothing else for them to do but to go back to what got them in trouble in the first place. So their rehabilitation, they go into these incarcerating situations to be rehabilitated, but not all of them are being rehabilitated. Majority of them are coming back to their same circumstances, and because they're told that they will never be part of society ever again, because there's no hope for a second chance for them, they are now lost within their own minds. They're not thinking on purpose. They're thinking by default instead of thinking by design. And so now everyone else is turning their backs on them. They have nowhere to go, and they become homeless. Or they find themselves back inside of the system. Life rehabilitation is very important. Life rehabilitation is real for each and every one of us. No one should ever be homeless. No one. I don't care what the issue is, what happened to you. There is too much to give for all of us to not have.
Yeah, but very great. Great answer. Just brilliant response. Well, that's all we have for this episode. It was great having you here, Joseph, with your amazing words of inspiration. It's great. Very uplifting.
Thank you, Peter, man. I appreciate you giving me this opportunity, man. And you know, for anyone who would love to learn more about me or even come and work with me, you can come and find me at mymindevolution.com. I do workshops, I do live training events, and I have a lot of different online courses. Mind Evolution is an online life coaching, transformational life coaching center. So you'll be able to get different trainings to help you, and you'll get direct personal helping from me. You can also find me on Instagram at mindevolution_, on Twitter at finding me, capital F, capital ME _1, on Facebook, Mind Evolution LLC, and on LinkedIn, Joseph Everett on LinkedIn. If you want to have a conversation, I do complimentary clarity sessions. I don't charge people for their first session to figure out. We need to figure out if you're going to be a good fit for me and me a good fit for you. It's about us. If we're not a good fit together, we don't work together. And so why am I going to charge you to figure that out? So you'll get a complimentary clarity session from me. I have a free webinar that's running today. Well, it runs every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. And you can just go to the website and register for the Awareness Masterclass to get an understanding of what the Dream Builder program can offer you as well.
Great. And until next time, stay tuned for more.